You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Bold and the Beautiful fans, I have got your weekly spoilers for Monday, May 19th through Friday, May 23rd. Steffy is making a drastic change, a really big decision, and there is a shocking reunion coming next week to B&B. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt. If you're not following us, hit that subscribe button. Let's dive right into the action coming on Monday, May 19th, which is season 38, episode 168. So Daphne sees a chance to finally get what she wants, and we all know what Daphne wants is Carter. After he overheard Hope with Liam, Carter feels totally betrayed and tells Daphne, look, you may be right about Hope. And it looks like that this time when Daphne pounces at him and is rubbing all over him like a cat in heat, Carter may actually give in, which would definitely thrill her because it's all she's wanted for a while now. Plus, Liam's illness and the reality that they are about to lose him really has Steffy and Hope talking things out. They had a nice conversation, when Steffy first told Hope that he was dying, but this time I think it's about what's ahead, not just the fact that he's dying, but that he's going to be gone and their daughters, Beth and Kelly, are going to need each other. That means they're going to have to be in each other's lives and they're going to have to be civil. And so they finally make amends, and it looks like they are forging a long-lasting peace, maybe the early steps of an actual friendship. Of course, Liam's going to be happy, Finn too. However, other people are going to be really shocked by this outcome, especially, maybe Forresters at Forrester Creations and those closest to them, because part of that lasting peace is probably going to be, Steffy really changing her mind about several things about Hope. On Tuesday, May 20th, season 38, episode 169, Hope has a critical update for Carter. Now, after he saw her and Liam hugging and saying, I love you, I want to spend my life with you, then we saw Liam tell her, you still need to go make up with Carter because I'm dying. Now, I don't know about that, whether she actually will do what he said, but Hope may tell Carter that Liam is dying and that she's back with him, or simply that she and Liam are back together, or, both, or some variation of that. And it could be that Hope also tells him that she's coming back to Forrester Creations because she and Steffy made amends. And speaking of that, Ridge is kind of confused about Steffy's seemingly instant 180-degree attitude change about Hope Logan. Steffy's been quite intent that Hope is never going to be allowed to darken the door of Forrester Creations again. She said it multiple times. So when Steffy has made this changing decision, which I think is to let Hope come back, maybe even to revive Hope for the future, if she doesn't tell Ridge that this is all coming about because Liam's dying, he is really, really going to be flummoxed. He might even wonder if she's being leveraged or blackmailed somehow. Now, Steffy just told Taylor she can't tell anybody else that Liam is dying. However, Steffy already told Taylor and she already told Hope, so obviously word is spreading and she may have to tell Ridge to justify her actions with Hope. Then we're going to head into Wednesday, May 21st, episode 170 of season 38. Liam goes back over to the hospital, and of course, he's had these increasingly debilitating headaches that are causing him terrible pain, and he goes to see Dr. Grace Buckingham, and she gives him very upsetting news. Obviously, it's not, oh, hey, things are getting better, or, oh, we found a miracle treatment. So his tumor might be growing rapidly. Grace may again say, I wish we could help, but there's no treatment. Maybe we're even going to get some sort of timeline on when he's going to pass away. And that same day, a split up couple reunites, and it's a wonderful thing. Well, there's a few options. There's Hope and Liam, there's Hope and Carter, and there's Ridge and Brooke. Those are the three broken up couples right now, really. And that last one seems the very least likely to happen. And Daphne has to deal deal with Zenday, Will, and Electra. They're pushing her to create a new line. And I wonder if it's more perfume or if they're talking to her about other goods, accessories, something more fashion-oriented. Perfume brands do cross over, so we'll see. Thursday, May 22nd, episode 171 of the current season. Katie has some insight to offer, and she has some advice for Ridge about his personal life, obviously about his romantic propositions, and Katie's obviously going to push Ridge to leave Taylor and choose Brooke. But yeah, that doesn't seem like it is happening. At the same time, Katie's talking to Ridge, same episode, we got another war of words breaking out between Taylor and Brooke. It's obviously about Ridge, and it includes more bickering about what happened at the fashion show. You know, Brooke may say again that Taylor had no business being there. She doesn't belong, stuff like that. Brooke may try and suggest that Taylor locked her in that room on purpose. What would be funny is if Brooke said that and Taylor said, had I known what you were trying to do, I probably would have locked you in there on purpose, because Ridge isn't very happy that Eric and Brooke hijacked the fashion show, took his showstopper and went behind his back with another showstopper, and seemed to think that he's not a grown man who can make up his own mind. I mean, come on, we all know he is not a grown man who can make up his own mind, but I think Ridge thinks that he is, you know, but he's just a glorified waffle boy. On Friday, May 23rd, we are going to end the week on season 38, episode 172. If you guys noticed that on Friday's episode, there was no promo, that's because they edit a few weeks in advance. And last Friday, not yesterday, but Friday before or Thursday before, we had the Pope interruption, and that pushed the episode forward. And so the cliffhanger Friday episode that had the promo edited into it was pushed to Monday, and we're probably going to get that again this week. It's because the episode we saw this Friday was actually intended to be, you know, Thursday, and they've messed everything up with the preemption, basically. So on Friday, May 23rd, season 38, episode 172, maybe we'll get a promo. Something gets Brooke to snap out of her funk over losing Ridge, and maybe it's Hope revealing that she and Steffy are now cool, and she's getting to come back to Forrester Creations. Plus, that couple that reunites is very happy to be back together and basking in it, which, you know, at this point, based on the other spoilers, it's clearly not Brooke and Ridge, but it may be Hope and Liam or Hope and Carter. I'm kind of hoping it's Hope and Liam, but we will see who gets her heart in the end.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.